Alright folks, so we're going to try something a little different. All the battle reports that we see out there are basically formatted the same way, and so we are going to try something completely different, and we're going to tell you the ending at the beginning. And we're going to talk through kind of what happened and what should have happened, what didn't happen, all of those kind of things. So for me, I will say that, like I mentioned, I screwed up on points, and I knew about the new FAQ. The only thing I knew about it really is that they FAQ'd some stuff with Gristle Gore. So when Jesse and I were talking between one of the rounds, I decided to look up the FAQ, and lo and behold, they changed the points. So I actually had more points on the table than I should have. And so we kind of talked it through and determined at the end of the game, really all that would have affected is basically one combat with that unit of 3 flayers. Because what I would have done is just dropped a unit of 3 flayers and then picked up the chalice. And so that's what the difference there would have been. The other thing is if I remembered all of my rules, like I should have, there are several things that would have transpired. I would have had a flayer back from the unit that I wouldn't have had to start with. And I also, I forgot one of my spells initially, so it would have turned that first Terrorgeist over here into a Buzzsaw a little quicker, because the Archer Regent would have gave him that spell. Just some things like that I forgot, just flat out forgot. At least I remembered shooting this time, which I never remember, but thank goodness I remembered it this time, because Jesse reminded me.
Yeah.
So there's that. So that's my take on it. I still think that, in my humble opinion, being a Flesh Eater Courts player, I still think Flesh Eater Courts are overpowered. It's kind of an auto play. They're really hard to screw up. Even if you screw up, they're still hard to screw up because they have healing and spells and shooting, and they move fast, and they summon things. And so it's just, in my opinion, I think they could still use a little tweaking. It's an awesome army. I love the army. I love the aesthetic of it. But I think they could
it's definitely a hard army to face, and I played against it with trolls as well. But being the first time against playing with Sylvaneth, I have a lot to learn. There's a lot of things that I need to reread the book about, make sure I find what they excel at a little bit better, I think. Definitely playing Dreadwood Glade or Grove or whatever it is against the Flesh Eater Courts was not a good idea, because leadership's not an issue with them. Bravery's not an issue. So next time, maybe I'll try a different Grove and see where we go on there. But either way, throwing dice is always fun. So
yeah, I enjoyed it for sure. And I don't know if you heard me mention somewhere through the video, but this is our actually first turn through with Sylvaneth, with Jesse running them. He just got done painting this army for the channel, so you'll see it on here more regularly. And then in the upcoming weeks, we're going to end up picking up the Endless Spells and some of the newer trees. So we'll have some of those on here in the future too. So that'll make a difference. The newer trees, I think, will make a difference just with their spacing ability. Looking at these versus the newer stuff, I just think you'll have a better time spacing things out. So I think that will make a little bit of a difference. The table doesn't get spammed with trees like it did before, just because we didn't overcrowd the table with terrain. There is enough pieces on the table, but we didn't overcrowd it. And I think it doesn't lend to as many trees coming out as it did before.
Yeah.
Because of the spacing of it. So I think that definitely will make a difference for Sylvaneth players. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Like I said, we're mentioning the outcome up front, because we're watching the analytics and things like that, and looking at other channels, and we pretty much all do it the same. So we're just going to try something different. You know the end of the story at the beginning.
If you don't like it, let us know. If you do like it, let us know. We want these videos to be better for you guys. So
yeah, definitely. So like, share, and subscribe, and also hit the bell. YouTube has changed their stuff, so unless you hit the bell, you don't get notified of upcoming content, even if you are subscribed. So that does make a difference. And then also take a look at the links down below. We have a bunch of stuff down there. One is for the Renegade Open. It's here in November. It's a huge tournament. I keep mentioning it because it's a lot of fun. And then also, if you would like to come in and get a game in with us and be featured in a battle report, just shoot me a message. We'd love to have you in for that. Schedule that, and then stay tuned for the rest of the show, because it's all full speed ahead from here. All right, we're going to roll out to see who's going to place their terrain feature first, because it's one of the things in this battle plan. So I got a 4.
I got a 4 as well.
All right, reroll. That is a 1.
I got a 2.
We decided my skulls are 1s, so if you see a skull come up, it's a 1. So you got 2 leaves on that one, so you will be able to place your terrain feature first. So for this mission, I get to drop first. We already set up our first pieces of terrain. So Jesse has his first set of trees over there. And then I put the carnal throne right there. We get 16 inches in. And so I get first drop. So then there goes my arch region right there, hanging out behind there. We'll do the rest of setup, and then we'll be right back. So after deployment, here's what the table looks like.
Hey, I'm Jesse Fleming. Today I'm running Sylvaneth, and I'm running the Dreadwood Glade.
And this is the new Sylvaneth. So just picked up the new book.
Yep.
Rock on.
Right here, I have a unit of 30 Dryads. I got a unit of 10 Revenant Spites. I got Draika. I got a unit of Kurnoth Hunters with bows. I got another 5-man squad of Revenant Spites. I have a Spear of Darthu, which is my general. I gave him a Jewel of Withering and a Paragon of Terror because I am running the Dreadwood Glaive. And then I got a unit of Kurnoth Hunters with swords. I got a Treeman Ancient over here, and I gave him a Lunas Lamp and Regrowth. And then I got one more unit of 5 Revenant Spites.
And you said you did take a battalion?
Yes, I did take a battalion of Outcasts, which are these 3 unit of Spite Revenants.
Okay. And how many points total?
I have 1970 right here.
Okay. And so then you took a Triumph too, right?
Not picked a Triumph yet.
So we'll pick a Triumph real quick and we'll be right back. So after taking a look at the different Triumphs, Jesse decided to go with Cunning. It's on page 56 of the General's Handbook. Hey, I'm Chad. Today I'm going to be running Flesh Eater Courts. So this is my army. We'll go over it real quick here. So starting down on this end, I have a Crypt Inferno Courtier. He's up on the back part here. And then I have a unit of 3 Flayers. Unit of 10 Ghouls. This is one of my 3. This is part of my battle line. Then hiding behind the throne here, I have an Arch Revenant. Or Arch Regent, I'm sorry. And then Arch Revenant, like the trees. No, this is Arch Regent. And then I have a Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. I have another Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. This guy here in the center is my general. And on him, he has all the fun things. He has the Blood River Chalice, and he has the mount trait, the reroll fail hits for the Fanged Maw, and then also he has the spell Blood Feast on him. And then in front of him I have 2 units of 10 ghouls, and then over here I have another Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. And so for my generic stuff, I picked Feeding Frenzy and Feast Day. It's on page 55. Basically, I get a second pile-in without having to use a command point or anything on anybody I choose, on a hero. Usually use those on the Terrorgeist. And then I also have Majestic Horror. And on the other 2 Terrorgeists, on this one here, I took Spectral Host. And on this one over here, I took Bone Storm. So that's what they have for their spells. And so this winds up being 1990, I believe. That's what I said, right? 1990? So Jesse got a Triumph out of that. I don't get anything special. I'm 10 points short, but is what it is. So we're going to get into this.
My hero phase, I'm not going to use any command abilities or spells, but I am going to use my Tree Lord Ancient's ability to set up another Wildwood. So this is where I put my second Wildwood, so hopefully it'll give me some advantage since I'll be within 6 inches once I start putting up my heading towards these objectives.
So the placement on that is you have to be 1 inch away from a terrain feature.
And 6 inches away from a objective and 1 inch away from enemy territory.
So poof, Wildwoods. There it is. And now on to some movement.
So since I forgot to pick whether Draika was enraged or embittered at the beginning of the round, I'm going to roll to randomly decide. So 4 through 6, she's embittered, and 3 through 1, she is enraged. And it looks like she's embittered, so we'll see how that affects this round. Movement phase is done for me. I teleported my Spirit of Darthu over here, ran with a couple of units, moved Draika up. I tried running with some of my other Spite Revenants, but they kind of tripped over themselves a little bit. And then I just moved my Tree Lord up along with my Kurnoth Hunters. So now onto the shooting phase. I am going to start with my Tree Lord Ancient. His staff, called the Doom Tendril Staff, has a range of 18 inches. And that Terrorgeist is definitely within range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot. I get 1 attack with it. I am hitting on a 2+. And I got it. It's a 3+ to wound. And I don't get a wound. Alright, and then I'm going to move on to Draika. She gets 10 shots at 18-inch range. She is going to go after the General, the Terrorgeist with a Ghoul King on it.
This is a Ghoul King and Terrorgeist. General's in the middle.
Oh, sorry. Just a Ghoul King, not the General.
I didn't say just. He's still a dude, and he's a big dude.
So I get 10 dice, hitting on 4s with these. And any 6s cause a mortal wound. I got 4 mortal wounds right there. And only 1 other hit. So then I wound on a 3+. And I don't get a wound. So
basically just 4 mortals.
Yep.
So I get my Deathless Minion save on 6s. And it takes 4 of them.
Alright, and then after Draika, my Spirit of Darthu gets his Verdant Blast. And so I get 6 attacks with that.
Which guy is that?
Spirit of Darthu is all the way on the end.
Big dude down here?
This guy right here. It is a 15-inch range. So I'm actually going to go after your ghouls right here.
Okay.
So I get 6 attacks, hitting on a 4+. And wounding on a 3+. Only 2 hits. And 2 wounds, or 2 successful wounds. So it's -1 rend. Do your ghouls get a save?
Not on a -1, no.
Okay.
I don't think so. Hang on. Okay, so they don't get a regular save, but they are within range of a hero, so I get a Deathless unless it expands.
It does expand. They do D3 damage each.
Okay.
So it looks like both of them do 3 damage, so 6 damage total.
Okay. So Deathless Minions. And we said that the skulls are 1, so save 3, took 3.
Alright.
Okay.
And then my last shooting attack is coming from my Kurnoth Hunters with bows. They each get 2 attacks. They are hitting on 4s and wounding on 3s. And I'm going to have them go against those ghouls as well.
Okay. Shooting at these guys.
Alright.
Are they within range? What range are they?
They have a 30-inch range, so
they're there for sure then.
They're within range. So 2 miss. Alright, wounding on 3s. I got 2. So they do 2 damage, but it's only -1 rend.
So 2 at -1 rend?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't get my normal save again, but I will get Deathless then. So you said 2 of them?
Well,
so do
it
they
does
expand?
4 damage.
So, okay.
No, sorry, D3s each again. Sorry.
Right.
So that is 1 and then 3, so 4.
So 4. Okay. Alright, so it takes another 3.
Alright. And that's all my shooting.
Okay. Now we will go take a look at charges. Do you even have any charges? Because everybody ran.
I can charge with Spirit of Darthu.
Oh yeah, he teleported. That'd be your only charge though, right?
Yeah, that's the only one within range. So, alright. Let's see if Spirit of Darthu can make it to the ghouls. I basically need 10. Maybe. Oh, I only need 9. And I get 8. So that would be a no.
Alright, so half inch short. You can burn a command point though if you want.
No, I think I'm okay. Okay right now.
Okay.
I'll wait. Alright.
So no charges. So then that would be the end of Sylvaneth turn 1. So what is it? What happens with the objectives then?
So the objectives.
Basically, you're within 6 of all 3. But what actually happens then is the question. Okay, so like we mentioned at the beginning, we're playing Awaken the Groves. So it actually starts in turn 2 and when that would happen. So even though Jesse has all 3 of them right now, nothing really happens. You don't get any victory points or anything?
Nope.
Alright, and what page is that on in the new book?
In the Sylvaneth book, it is on page 80.
On page 80 in the new book. So I got to back up real quick. I left these models here and I should have taken a battle shock test. So I'm going to take a battle shock test real quick on that unit. So 4 plus 6 is 10, so they don't care. So the 6 just go away. So I will take them off. And then down here, I'm going to heal D3 on this guy. So he heals 3. So that gets him back to 1 wound. And then he is actually, the same guy is actually going to try to cast Spectral Host. And it goes off on an 8. Says casting value is 6. So what this does for me is that unit can fly. If it can already fly until your next hero phase, it can still charge and run in the same turn. If the casting roll is 10 or more, which it wasn't. So so basically they can charge and run. He can. So that is his spell. Are you going to attempt to dispel it or don't you care?
Yes, I think so. Is my tree... Well, Draca's definitely within 24 inches. But I want to see if my Tree Lord Ancient is. Doesn't look like my Tree Lord Ancient is within range to dispel, but Draca is. So let's see if she can. She dispels it.
Okay. So that's that one. Then on this guy here, I'm going to put Unholy Vitality. Casting value 6, yep. So what that does is it gives him a 5-up save on the general. So you're going to try to dispel that one?
Yes, I will. Tree Lord Ancient artifact, he gets a +2 to his dispel rolls.
Okay.
So that doesn't do anything.
Sweet.
Won't help him.
So I got Unholy Vitality. And then down here on the 3rd Terrorgeist, I'm going to actually do Mystic Shield. So it goes off on an 8.
Alright.
Okay. So that is the end of my spells. We'll be right back. I got some more hero phase stuff I think I'm going to do, but I got to think about it for a second. So after looking at the rest of my stuff, that is the end of my hero phase. So now I'm going to do movement phase, and then I will actually, right from movement, set up all of my extra units from summoning, and we'll be right back after that. Alrighty, so I did all of my movement, and then after movement, I did all of my free setups of my summoning things. So we'll just kind of go around the board here real quick. Starting here, I just moved everything up. I didn't run anything over on this side of the table. Right in here, I did run this unit of ghouls, and I ran that unit of ghouls. So these guys will not be able to charge. But that's the only stuff that I ran. Everything else just moved up. So for summoning, I'll pan over to this side of the table here real quick. The Archregent brought in a unit of 20 ghouls. And then the Terrorgeist on this side brought in a unit of 3 Flayers. And then the Terrorgeist all the way down on the other end brought in that unit of 3 Flayers. So everybody's within charge distance. And now I'm going to do all of my shooting, which I always forget. These Flayers are going to scream into that dude there, or those dudes there. And then I actually should look, is the Infernal Courtier? He might be within range to scream too. They're different things, but I want to double check so I don't forget. So yeah, he is within range too. So we'll start with these guys though. So the Infernal, so the Flayers are going to scream into them, and they have, the way this works is do not use the attack sequence. Instead, roll 2d6, subtract 2 for if the target is more than 3 inches from the attacking model. So they are, I had to be outside of 3, because I just moved up. So they are outside of 3, so I'm subtracting 2 off of this. Got to roll 2d6. So that's a 10, so it gets me to an 8. And you have a bravery of 6.
Yep.
So you take 2.
2 wounds.
Mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds.
Okay, so this is per guy. So now
Yep.
I'm going to go with this guy. Okay, so that's a fail. And then the guy in the end. 7 minus 2 is 5, so that's a fail. So that is all of it with them. Then the Courtier. The Courtier has a Foided Breath. So this is just normal. It's a 4 and then a 3. So that's a fail. Alright. And then I'm going to actually scream with the Terrorgeist. What is her bravery?
Draga's bravery is 8.
8. Alright, so I'm going to do the Death Shriek on her. So 6. Nice. So that's a 12 minus 8.
So she
4.
takes 4.
Yep. Alright. Then this guy is going to scream at those guys. So that's an 11 minus 6 is 5.
So that unit's just gone.
Okay, and then over here, that Terrorgeist is going to scream into this unit here. So that's a 1 plus 6 is 7, so
I lose 1.
you lose 1. So now I'm going to do the Flayers over in this corner, and what is his bravery?
Tree Lord, Ancient, 9.
9. That's going to be pretty tough to get, but we'll see what happens here. So they are outside of 3, so it'll be minus 2, so basically that's a fail on the first guy, fail on the second guy, and then a fail, I said it before it happened, but a fail on the third guy. And then we'll go over in the corner over there. That unit of Flayers is going to scream into the Dryads. So 6 minus 2, so nothing. So 9 minus 2 is a 7, so what's their bravery?
6, so that's
So
1.
it's 1. And then the last guy. So nothing.
So 1.
Alright, so that is all of my shooting. Then I'm going to do charges. So we'll do all the charges. We'll be right back. Alright, so I did all my charges. I failed some things. Down here I failed with the ghouls. This guy failed. These ghouls failed. This unit made it in. That made it in. That's the one I really cared about. Back there, those Flayers made it in. Like I mentioned, these guys couldn't because they ran, so they couldn't charge. And so he made it in there. We measured here. I got 6 inches, and there's just not enough room for me to get the base in there. It's close, but no cigar. And then those guys in the back corner up there failed. So I'm going to start with combats. I'm going to go right after this gal because she's tough, and I do not want to deal with her long term. So I'm going to pile in here with that Terrorgeist, like I mentioned, and try to kill her. So I'm going to start with Gory Fangs and Talons. And so 3 up, 3 ups. Okay, so 3 of them, minus 1 rend.
3 saves, minus 1 rend. She gets 4 up save. Ooh. I make 1 of them, so she takes 2.
Okay. And Skeletal Claws. These are 4 ups, 3 ups. Ooh, nice. Yeah, not so nice. 1 minus 1 rend. This will do D3.
So I get 4 up save, and I make it.
Okay. And then the Fang Maw. So this the mount trait is I get to reroll fail hits for the Fang Maw. Yeah, so 4 up, 3 ups, hoping for 6s. Okay, 1 minus 2 rend.
1 minus 2 rend.
Yep.
So I need.
This will do d6.
Okay, so 3 plus save minus 2, so 5 up save. And I don't get it.
Okay, so this will do d6. So it does 3.
Okay.
So she's taking 4 plus she took 5 already from before.
Yep.
How many will she got on her?
She's got 10 wounds, so she has 1 left.
Here's my pile in and attack again to try to get rid of her. So Gory Fangs and Talons. 3s. 3s. So 4 of them, minus 1 rend.
4 minus 1 rend, so I need 4s. I get all of them.
Skeletal Claws. 4s and 3s. Okay, one of them, minus 1 rend. This will do D3.
4.
You sure the camera's on?
Yep,
Okay.
it is. And no, I don't get it.
Okay, it does D3.
And she's
One.
toast.
Later, Gator! Alright, so to you, sir.
Alright. So I'm choosing to attack with a unit of spikes. 2 of them are going against your arch regent, and then the rest of them are going into that unit. So counted it up. 19 attacks against the flares. So let's do that.
So which one are you doing? You're doing the flares first, and then you
Yep.
do the archery one.
Correct.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s, I get to reroll 1s. I got 1. So all these hit. And then these 3. I got 2 more hits. So now I need 3s to wound. And if Draco was alive, then I could reroll these 1s to wound.
That's why we killed her.
Alright, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 right there. No rend.
Alright, so saving on a 5. There's not many 5s in there. 2 of them. And then Deathless. So saved 1 more, so it took 4. So one of them's dead. Okay.
Okay, and then 6 going after your arch regent. I get to reroll 1. Okay. 5 of them hit. Wounding on 3s. And I got 4.
Okay. And no rend on this one either, right?
Nope, no rend.
So 4s. Okay, so it takes 2, and then Deathless. So it takes 2 of them. Okay.
Alright. That's the end for my spites.
Alright, where do I want to go? I think I'm going to go over here with the general. Those dudes. So I'm going to pile in this way a little bit. Just get around the corner. Boop. Not that it's really that big of a deal. But I'm hoping, try to coax that tree lord at me in his next turn. But for this turn, I'm going to go at this guy. Now remember, I already used my double pile in, so I can't do that again. But they get 5 attacks, or he gets 5 attacks. So what we discovered when I went to do this next combat is that I actually, in my brain for some reason, I thought I shifted this way with my 3 Terrorgeists, and I went this way instead. So my initial plan in my brain was I was going to go this way. Anyway, moral of the story, I re-rolled Fang Maw attack with this guy, and I shouldn't have because that's actually just on my general. Now we rewound and watched the footage, and you'll see it when it plays through is that it actually didn't matter because that one that I re-rolled didn't go through anyway. So it didn't end up mattering, but I do want to just point out that that was a mistake. And so when I get over here, because of that, I'm not going to use the re-roll Fang Maw hit on this guy with this combat because I actually used it already on this one. So that'll even out in the battle here. With this guy, he piled in, and now he's going to do the Gory Fangs and Talons. 3 up, 3 up. There's one right here. Okay, so 3 of them, minus 1 rend.
Alright, 6s. I don't make any of them, so 3 go down.
Okay, so just there's just one each. And then Skeletal Claws. These are 4-ups, 3-ups. So nothing. And then Fanged Maw. Just going to do 3 of them. And like I mentioned, I'm not going to re-roll these. So 4-up, 3-ups. So one of them, -2 rend.
No save.
Okay, does D6. So does 6.
So that unit is gone. Next unit, I'm choosing my Kurnoth Hunters. They're not going to do much, but they each get 3 attacks. 2 of them made it in, luckily enough. So 3 attacks each. And this guy is the unit leader, so he gets a +1 to hit on all his attacks. So his attacks are going to be the wooden dice, while this guy is just going to be the new dice. Alright, so I need 3s with the wooden and 4s with the plastic. I got, 1 wooden and 2 here. Alright, I need 4s to wound. And I got 1, and it does 1 damage. No rend.
Okay, so save it on a 5. Doesn't save it, takes 1.
Okay. And those are my attacks.
Alright, so if you just want to scooch me in there, 3 inches. So that I'll get 13 in there. So I'm going with the flares. Piled in 3 inches. 13 attacks, 4s and 3s, hoping for 6s. Alright, so that's a 6. Alright, so I add 1 back in there for that. And 3s. Alright, so 4 at -1 rend, and then 1 mortal.
Alright, so 4 at -1 rend. And I get to re-roll failed saves because my unit is Tangle Thickets.
Say that 10 times fast.
Didn't help.
Okay.
So 2 made it through, and 1 mortal. So 1 guy takes 3.
Alright, so going right here, I'm going to go with the flares. So I got 9 attacks. Same deal, 4s and 3s, hoping for 6s. Alright, did I even get any 4s? I got 1. Oh, these guys. They're afraid of those dudes for some reason. 3s. Nothing. Bummer, dude. Alright, so then I'll go, because you already went with everything.
Yep,
right?
so it's your Archregent.
So, yep, the Archregent. So I'm going to read his war score real quick. I'll be right back. So I'm going with the Archregent. He has 7 attacks, 3s and 3s. Alright, so 4 of them, -1 rend.
Alright. 6s. I made 1! So 3 go down.
Yep, just 1 damage each. So we're going to do some Battle Shock real quick. Jesse goes a Battle Shock for right here.
Alright, so I lost 5 models on that one, so hopefully if I roll 1, then nothing happens. And I get a 5, so that unit's gone.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Alright, so that is all the Battle Shocks that we have. So just a quick pan around the table. Here's what it looks like.
Roll off for
so
turn 2.
We're going to roll for turn 2. Get a 4.
3.
Alright, I will definitely take it.
Alright.
Alright, so I rolled to get my 1 wound back on here, and I did get the 1 wound back, so he's at full health. Now I'm going to try to cast the spell with that guy that I always forget, but I'm not going to forget this time. So I'm going to cast it on, well, try to cast it first, and then I'm going to try to put it on this guy. So that spell is the Ferocious Hunger, and it goes off on a 6. So you think you're close enough to dispel, or are you going to try to dispel?
No.
Okay. So he's going to add D3 attacks to that dude. So
1 more attack.
1 more attack. So I'll put a little token on him so I can remember what that is. Okay. Then he's going to try to cast Mystic Shield on himself. Okay. And Mystic Shield, I believe, is a 6, right?
Yep.
So that is a fail. Okay. This guy's going to try to cast I think I can put it on anybody. He's going to try to do Unholy Vitality within 24 inches. So he's going to try to put Unholy Vitality on that guy. So that goes off on an 11.
Alright, I'm going to try and dispel that. So I need an 11.
Yep. Oh, you need 12, basically.
Don't get it.
Okay. So he winds up with Unholy Vitality. Then the third Terrorgeist down there is going to be Bone Storm. So it's casting value of 5, goes off on a 12.
Okay.
So what Bone Storm does, it's on page 58. Roll a dice for each enemy unit within 12 inches of the caster. On a 2+, it suffers a mortal wound. So basically just that dude. And he fails. So unspectacular. That, I believe, is all of my hero phase things. And so now I will go into movement. So I did all my movement. And I'm actually going to, at the end of my movement, bring on my other unit of Flayers, my last unit of Flayers. So I'm going to actually plop those guys in that back corner over here. So that is all of my summoning. No more summoning left for me. That last unit of Flayers went back there to get back behind his dudes that he's got hanging out over here. And now we are going to do some shootings. Each had to remember 2 turns in a row. It is amazing. However, Chad did forget to summon back his other Flayer over here, but next time. There's all these little rules that I should just write on a cheat sheet, but I have not done that yet. So we're going to start with the Aberrant Ghoul Kings on Terrorgeists. Both of them are going to go into that dude right here. So I'm just going to roll 2 dice at once, make it easy. And because neither one of them have any sort of neither one of them have any damage. So this is 7, and his bravery is what?
9.
9. So this one doesn't count, and this one gets you to a 10. So it takes 1 mortal.
Okay.
Okay. Then the Flayers back there. Does he have any save on mortals?
No.
Nope. So he'll take 1. All right. So then the Flayers are going to go into the Hunters. Just do the 1, 2, 3. So they're outside of 3. So it's a -2. So this gets me to a 7. So what's their bravery?
7.
7. So first one fails. Second one fails. 11 -2 is 9. So it takes 2 mortals
Okay.
on those dudes there. So then over here to this Terrorgeist, he's going to scream at that guy. So 8.
9.
Bravery's
So
9, so it
nothing.
doesn't care. So then this dude. So that is a fail. Then 10. And like I said, he's outside of 3, so that gets me down to an 8. So bravery 9.
Yep.
Right? So it doesn't care. Then last but not least, the Infernal Courtier has a different kind of attack. 4s and 3s. So 1 -1 rend.
1 -1 rend.
That'll do D3.
Fail.
Okay. D3 damage. So just 3.
Alright.
Okay. That is. Oh, then I have the dudes back there. So 10 minus. Oh, that's actually not a minus because they're in combat.
Yep. So that's
So-
3. Takes so 3 so
3.
far.
7. Your bravery 7, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So 3 so far.
Yeah. So nothing. So just 2.
Alright.
Alright, so I did all of my charges. I failed some things. I made some things. So if you look over here, I failed with the ghouls. They apparently don't want any part of that. All of these guys made it. They were already in combat. That new unit of Flayers back there failed. The other unit of Flayers on the hill failed. The 2 Terrorgeists did make it. And I didn't have any command points to reroll fails because I used my command point to bring in that unit of Flayers. So now we're gonna do the general here. So now this is the general. He has the extra mount trait, so he will get to reroll the failed hits on the Fang Maw. So we're starting with Gory Fangs and Talons, 3s and 3s. All right, so one of them -1 rend.
Alright, that's 4+. Nope. Takes 1.
Okay. Then Skeletal Claws, 4s and 3s. Oops. So one of them, -1 rend.
4 up. Failed, so he's at 3.
Okay. Does D3.
Oh, sorry.
So it does 3 of them.
So he's at 5.
Okay. Now the Fang Maw. Ooh, this is 6 mortal wounds. And then I get to reroll this one. So it's still a fail. Then 3s. So 1 at -2 rend, and then 6 mortals.
He saved.
Okay. On a -2?
Yep, that's a 6.
Oh wow. Okay. So he does take the 6 mortals though.
Okay, he has 1 wound left.
Okay. I'm gonna have to use it, so I will do my pile in and attack again. Will I? Yes, I will. I'm gonna pile in and attack again. This is the Feeding Frenzy Feast Day. If you don't know about it, now you know. Hits 3s and 3s. Okay, 3 of them, -1 rend.
And he's dosed.
Later, Tater.
Alright, I'm choosing Spirit of Darthu to attack. He's going to focus all the attacks on this Terrorgeist right here. I got the green dice for his sword, and the gray one is going to be his Impaling Talon. So, for this, I need 3s to hit for all of them. Oof, I only got 1 hit. Alright, and then I need a 3 to wound with the sword, and I don't even get that. So, that's that. Nothing. He is within 8 inches of an Awakened Wildwood, so I get to add 2 more attacks with his sword. So here they are. I need 3s. I get 1. And still nothing. Wow, my dice really hate me.
So we looked over the table, and yeah, there's just not, it's not looking very good. And then in addition to that, I just want to mention, so Jesse and I off camera were talking also about Flesh Eater Courts in general and how they match up with the new Sylvaneth and all of that kind of stuff. And what we discovered, I knew there was a new FAQ out there for Flesh Eater Courts. The only thing I had heard about is the change to Gristlegore. But I didn't know, we read it in between this battle round, and I actually am overpointed. So I essentially cheated, but not on purpose. I didn't know about the FAQ as far as changing points. So I had an extra 100 points on the table that I shouldn't have had. So next time when I play, what I will do is I will drop the unit of Flayers that I have in this army, the starting unit, and I will actually just pick up Endless Spell or something to make the difference. But in general, this game plays a lot different with the new Sylvaneth rules. There's not as many trees on the table, and so that I think is a downfall for them. The Battle Tome, we actually played the scenario that's in the new Battle Tome, and it's the 3 in the middle. And you would think that it would line up to really help out the Sylvaneth player, but in this case, versus Flesh Eater Courts and the build that I had, it didn't work. But that is because I also got the double turn. So,
and also, I'm new at playing Sylvaneth, so if I missed anything, put it in the comments. I apologize, but I'm learning just like everyone else.
Yep, this is actually our first run through with Jesse playing Sylvaneth, so we'll definitely learn as we go. We learn new things every time, so thanks for watching. We appreciate it. So good game, sir.
Good game.
If you want to be part of the Horde, hit that subscribe button and then also hit the bell so you're notified of our upcoming content. We have new stuff uploading to the channel all the time. Stay tuned for the next show, folks.